Oh, hey, there's a huge community out there for amateur astrophotography, and this hobby is truly enjoyable once you share what you learn and learning from those who's done this before you. And there's no doubt that this hobby is a truly rabbit hole because it requires a lot of time and effort to save up to buy the right gear and need your partner to be on board with it. In this video, I will share what I have learned and I will shout out to the people who I have learned from. Let's get started. In astrophotography, we're taking long exposures of night sky. And there's just one key element which you need to get right to produce good quality of results. And that is either have a good star tracker or a good telescope mount. A good quality telescope mount do tend to get expensive. And if you're unsure if you want to get started in this hobby, are you going to like it or not? The best bet is to go with a good quality star tracker instead. Everything else in astrophotography has kind of a workaround. So for example, instead of buying a true astrograph, which is really expensive, you can buy mid-tier refractor telescope. Here, I'll shout out Thomas from 3D Astro. He's helped me make up my mind getting a refractor from SVBONY. And he's produced some amazing results with it. Go check out his channel. I'll link it down in the description. Now you could run into multitude of issues from missing a small wire to not having the right configuration or back focus of the telescope. And more often than not, you get a very limited area of the night sky. And in my case, it's pretty worse. From my balcony, I only see north side of the skies. And because I live in Sydney, Australia, I need to polar align the telescope looking at the South Pole. And there's no South Pole available from my balcony. So I really need to disassemble and take it out, which is not always very convenient. Now here comes this little fella. It's ASI AIR Pro from ZWO. Now this kind of works as the brains of this whole operation, and it lets you operate your telescope with just an app in your mobile phone or a tablet device. Now you can go the conventional way and operate the whole telescope using a laptop, but it is a bit of a daunting task for someone who is a new starter like myself, and these softwares which are available for astrophotography, they're not very user-friendly. Now, on top of how gorgeous this looks, its interface is very user-friendly. For what these things do, I think these are very fairly priced. But let's say for some reason you still cannot shell out money for this or the whole telescope or mount, I'll link down a video by Cuiv the Lazy Geek. He's made a very powerful and capable setup for a fraction of the price. Really interesting video and channel. I'll link it down in the description as well. Go check it out. Let's solve the problem of polar alignment from my balcony using the power of ASI AIR Pro. Let's get started. Firstly, we want to make sure our mount is pointed roughly towards South Pole. Now, balance the scope and make sure everything is connected. Now, let's jump into the app. Let's go into the setting, experimental feature, and change the polar alignment to all sky polar alignment. After this, I'll pick up a random object in the visible part of the sky and get my mount to go there. Here, I'll take a photo of the sky and make sure I'm in focus. I'm using a Bahtinov mask to make sure the focus is 100% correct. Now let's go to the polar alignment and get it started. It will take the first picture and then move the mount automatically and take another shot. I'll do the same thing for another time. It will give you an assessment of how much the mount is off axis. Now go back to the mount and adjust the Alt-Az knobs and refresh. And keep doing this until we're under 2 degrees, which is reasonable enough. And there we have it. Our mount is polar aligned. Now let's go to our target using go-to function. And if we still cannot see it in the frame, let's hit plate solve and say go to. Now we should have the object nicely centered into the frame. I will turn on the auto guiding and take a longer exposure to see if the mount is tracking well or if there are any star trails. If there are star trails, I'll try one more round of polar alignment again. Once I have a 60-second to 120-second exposure fairly without any star trails, we can start our imaging session. And for our target tonight, we will go into plan, select a target, select the light frames for say 120 seconds. I'll do 30 of them And for darks, I'll keep the same exposure and I'll punch in the number of frames. And for flats, I usually keep the auto exposure time. And for bias frame, let's use the fastest exposure possible. Now let's go to home and start taking the imaging session. After capturing all of these frames, it's time to stack them all up in just one single frame and do the post-processing. Here, Nico from Nebula Photos has posted some amazing, very detailed videos on how to do this processing in Photoshop and free softwares like GIMPs. Link is in the description, go check it out. I've done processing of my first astro image. Tell me what you guys think of it in the comments down below, and do not forget to subscribe because we're getting started.